Welcome to GCN's race-winning intervals indoor training session. Again, this one is a real brute, but will certainly get you in the right kind of shape and condition for when you're out on the road, needing to make those big maximal efforts that, of course, make a big difference. It's a long session, around 53 minutes, and has been statistically designed by a certain Mr. Dan Lloyd, who hasn't actually graced us with his presence today. But less of that. We're into the warm-up, 3 minutes long. We've got a few new faces with us today, so we're going to do a few introductions. We have Lindsay at the front, Juliet at the back, also Charlotte at the back, and the man of many faces at the back needs no real introduction, Mr. Tom last. Looking forward to seeing what facial expressions he pulls today. And then we have Mr. Simon Richardson, who's going to be certainly dropping a few wattage bazooka bombs during this session. Now gradually, during this 3-minute warm-up, we need to ramp up the intensity, so a perceived effort level of around 3 to 5. And then after the first 3 minutes of the warm-up, we're going to continue through a slightly more progressive warm-up. We're going to do some high cadence spins at a perceived effort level of around 8. We've got 3 of those with a minute of easy riding in between. So we don't actually start the intervals themselves until 8 minutes into the session. And then the hard work really begins. We've got 6 sets of reps. The start of each session is 30 seconds flat out, so perceived effort level of 10, or the hardest you can go for 30 seconds. Then you're going to be riding for 3 minutes at your FTP, so your functional threshold power. And that's the kind of effort that you can sustain for around about an hour. And then to top off that, you've got a further 10-second sprint before, thankfully, you have a 4-minute nice and easy session. Not to warm down, just to spin the legs and get you ready for the next set of intervals. So, about 50 seconds to go in this first 3 minutes. And it's just worth mentioning, we're using Wahoo kickers paired up with our elements, our Wahoo elements, and we're going to be adjusting the resistance using our Wahoo elements. So if you've got those at home, you can do exactly the same. Otherwise, no matter if you've got a smart trainer or not, all about perceived effort between 1 and 10, and I'll talk you through as we go. So still about perceived effort of 4 now, and we'll be dropping in to our first 15-second spin, so quite a high perceived effort level, but I want a high cadence, okay? So, use your toggles to adjust the resistance if you need to. 3, 2, 1, okay. 15 seconds, so quite hard, but not brutal. Spin those legs. This is just to get your body in a good place for the sprints that lay ahead. We've got 3 of these. Okay, ease off. Got a minute now. Just spin your legs, keep the blood flowing. Just gear down a little bit. Okay. We've got a minute, another 15 seconds, high cadence, then another minute, and then we start the intervals. And it's really important, because this is a long session, a combination of sprints, micro intervals, and endurance, you're going to go pretty deep. So make sure your house, your place, wherever you happen to be riding is very well ventilated. Perhaps I should have said it before the start, really. And make sure you keep yourself hydrated. So, around 15 seconds to go to the next high cadence spin. So again, using a combination of your gears and your element, adjust the resistance, but remember, it's all about your perceived exertion. So here we go. Spin those legs. 15 seconds. Just get them used to what's going to be coming up. 2 and 1. Down again. There we go. Just keep them spinning. Another 50 seconds or so. We've got the last one of those. And then another minute And then we start with the sprints themselves. So start getting your minds nice and focused for what lays in store. It is a particularly difficult session, but you'll really see the gains if you factor this session into your training. But most important, as well as recovering in between each of the intervals, is making sure after this session you recover. Doing back-to-back sessions like this certainly isn't for everybody. So a good rest after this session, I'd certainly advise. So we're coming up to another spin. Here we go. This is the last of your spins. Really bash those legs round. Again, it's all about preparing you for the rather gruesome sprints that lie in store. Okay. Now we have about 2 minutes of easy riding again. So it's really important you use these rest periods in between each of the hard sessions to not only focus your mind, but get your body in the right place. So make sure you're not overgeared, make sure you're not spinning your legs too much. You want a perceived effort level around 5 here, but in the knowledge that what's coming up next is pretty tough. So it's the first of 6 sets, remember? And we'll start off each set of reps with that 30-second interval at a perceived effort level of 10. It's brutal. It's the kind of effort that will help you get across a gap in a road race or jump from one group to the next in a sportive. It will help actually build your FTP, your power, and your dynamic muscle range as well. Then of course we have the short sprint, 10-second ones, for essentially that real explosive effort that again you need to form a race-winning breakaway, just to jump across a gap, sprint at the top of a climb, and most importantly, trying to win a race. Or win a signpost on a club run. Or just to get you quick at bike riding, really. Okay, 44 seconds until the first sprint. It's a perceived effort level of 10, so make sure you toggle the resistance on your elements correctly in combination with your gears. Just under half a minute now. So make sure as you hit the sprint, I'll count you in, you've got the right gear selected, and stick with that gear throughout as well. Looking at about 100 RPM for these sprints. So 10 seconds to go. Remember, this is a 30-second flat-out sprint. I don't want to see it writ large on your faces, okay? No hiding place. 3, 2, 1, go! Come on! 2, 1. Okay, now, FTP. No relaxing now. It's around a perceived effort level of 7 or 8. It will take a while to catch your breath, but you will settle into it. Make sure you don't overgear this bit. This is akin to making a move in a race, attacking off the front, and then getting into a solo move or getting into a breakaway and sustaining the effort that needs to keep you clear of who's chasing behind. They're tough, but they're in the bank. So keep pressing on. Don't forget to keep nice and cool. Use your GCN towels, available in the shop, to mop your brow. Keep drinking. I might be quiet for a minute. I'm kind of nudging in the red a bit. RPM should be around 90. I tell you what, we'll have a word with Dan about this session. Absolutely obscene. We only run 1 rep in as well. as Lasty's doing there. Because this session is so long, don't be afraid occasionally to just gear up a little bit, keeping the same intensity effort-wise, just relieve your back. It's no problem at all. Riding on the home trainer, on our kickers, although it replicates riding on the road, not quite the same in terms of the impact factors on your body. So don't be afraid to get out of the saddle, rest your back, your bum, your glutes, before settling back down. Okay, a minute to go, guys. Just looking around the room, everybody's looking good, everybody's clearly in the zone. Just stay focused and just think about the gains you'll get from this. Our gain, hopefully, in the immediate future after this session is a nice cheeky flat white. Okay, 30 seconds, but remember, off the back of this, we've got a 10-second sprint, perceived effort level of 10, so absolutely max it. Look at keeping the revs high, yeah? So 100 RPM really is ideal for that sort of top end speed. I'll count you in from 5, all right? You know what's coming up. 4, 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds. Okay, 4 minutes, back down to level 3. Fantastic work. Good stuff, guys. This is really, really good. Okay, drop it down level 3. Use your toggle on your element to knock down that resistance in tandem with your gears. Just find that sweet spot. Not too much pressure on the legs. Make sure you're nice and cool. Take a sip from your bidon. It's a good opportunity, in fact. Every one of these breaks needs to take a sip. You're doing great. 5 more to go. So 3 minutes left. Nice and easy. Don't be tempted to press on, because as you get deeper and deeper into this session, those top end efforts are going to become increasingly harder. So make sure you don't kid yourself. It says level 3 for a reason, so back right off and prepare yourself. And also it's worth noting, if you don't give yourself adequate recovery between each sprint, the quality of subsequent sprints will be somewhat diminished because your body isn't recovered enough. You can argue on one hand that's what happens in races. This is about maximizing these sprints. That's why it's structured. So stick with it. Nice and easy. Quite glad that these intermediate rest parts are quite long. Get a feel for your bike, and also remind yourself as well, it's not just about getting the raw power out, it's about getting raw power out in a controlled fashion. So in a 10-second sprint, you're going to be rocking around a bit. That's quite natural. But during the 30-second interval, focus on your core. Focus on keeping as still as possible on your bike. Focus on getting the power through the pedals in the most efficient way possible. And of course, out on the open road, that is going to propel you through the air far more efficiently, far more effectively. And on a home trainer like this, on the Wahoo kicker, it's an ideal sterile environment to do these discipline drills, intervals, there's no disturbance at all. Of course, it's great to focus on your body position on the bike, conscious about how each leg is pedaling. Remember, if any of you need any more water, just stick your hands up. We'll get some fluids to you. There's nothing cool about dehydrating midway through a 50-minute session, believe you me. So, 50 seconds till the next set. So get yourself ready. A last dab of the brow. Can't believe we're sweating so much already. 40 seconds. Okay. You want to be thinking about, you've already done one set of intervals, you kind of know the gears you're going to be on. That first set was just about dialing yourself in. The next one, choose the same sprocket, toggle using your element to the right resistance level. So when the second hand hits the mark, you're ready to go. So remember, 30 seconds, effort level is 10, and we have 9 seconds. So select that gear and prepare yourself to take a trip in the hurt locker. Here we go. Go! Back to FTP. Back off, but don't back off too much. This should really start to hurt now. Ordinarily after a sprint, you want to knock it right back, but not now. This is replicating race type efforts. Specific efforts out on the road. When you can't necessarily dictate what's happening, so you could do an effort. Somebody goes over the top. What are you going to do? You've got to go with them. This is what these drills are all about. Sustaining the momentum, learning how to control the pain. So perceived effort level here of 8. Try and keep it 7 to 8 spine. But also, depending on your fitness level, don't go too deep this early. Know you're going to get through the session. So measure your effort, be honest with yourself. But also remind yourself that these are great miles in the bank. 2 minutes. FTP, functional threshold power. The power you can sustain for an hour, roughly. Many of you were rigged up to heart rate monitors as well. We've got Wahoo tickers on. And what you have to factor in an environment like this is about, you can get a float of around 5 to 10 beats per minute. Just make sure you're aware of that. The body does react differently in hot conditions. That's why it's important you hydrate and you keep nice and cool. How's it going, Juliet? Good stuff. Si, good lad. That's one boy who knows how to put himself in a hurt locker. He loves it. Okay, 45 seconds until the next sprint. Remember, it's a short one, but really make it count. Early gear selection is a good idea. .30 seconds. Think about what's coming up next. Think about getting the force through the bike as effectively as possible. Also look at your body position as well. Get on the drops like you're sprinting, but stay in the saddle. Think about aerodynamics as well. Think about being out on the road as efficient as possible. And it's not just about the force through your legs, it's about the hole you punch through the air as well. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds. And off. Okay, nice one, boys and girls. Woo. Down to level 3. Get those toggles working. Get the gear selected. Knock it onto the little ring if you want. That's 2 out of 6. You're doing fantastic. And these sessions, as long as you rest and recover, you look after yourself, good diet, these are the way to go. especially if you're very short on time. The vast majority of you watching, probably studying, you've got a job. So these sorts of sessions, if you're looking to make improvements, are really the way to go. Even if you've got all day and you're a full-time pro, these will make the difference. Okay, spin those legs. Keep hydrated. Very easy to forget to drink on a session like this. Can't recommend it enough. Keep yourself topped up. Otherwise, half an hour in, your performance will be affected. You'll be wasting your time, as well as doing yourself a potential bit of damage. So keep topped up. Always a good idea before one of these longer indoor sessions to make sure you're fully hydrated before you get on the bike as well. I don't need to go into too much detail about how you identify that, which I've done before. Yeah, hydration, absolutely key. Mentally focused as well. You don't want a big cooked breakfast 10 minutes before the start. Make sure your porridge is nicely settled. So 2.5 minutes. Minutes. Effort level 3. It's good to see you smiling, because in 1 minute and 52 seconds, those smiles are going to be wiped off your faces once more. We're into session number 3, but once we've done that, we're halfway. You're doing fantastic. Lindsay, thumbs up. Good stuff. Lasty, thumbs down. Halfway between for Lasty. That's normal for him, he just loves it. Hopefully we'll get some nice close-ups during the next 30-second interval of Lasty's face, which we'll probably put on Facebook as a GIF. Okay, just keep those legs spinning. It's almost just perceived effort level of 3 is just almost using the weight of your legs to turn the pedals. Your heart rate should come back down to kind of zone 1 or 2 really. But please do factor in this float in warm surroundings. So just under a minute now. You want to be thinking of next 20 seconds or so, picking it up. Getting that gear selection right. You know what's coming next. Another 30-second flat out effort, then 3 minutes FTP, and another 10-second flat out sprint. And once we've done this session, we're halfway through. Just keep it going, you're doing fantastic. So I'm just gonna lift it, get my gear selected, get the resistance right. Just roll it round, take a few deep breaths. You know what's coming, you've done 2 before. This is possibly gonna hurt even more than the previous ones. Just make sure you make it count. This is your time. Here we go. 2, 1, go! 30 seconds flat out. I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, FTP, knock it down but not too much. This will be the bit you'll be gasping for breath, your legs will be screaming. Well, that's what it'll be like out on the road. You can't throw in the towel. Knock it down a couple of pegs, 8 or 7. I'm struggling to talk, but that's what it should be like. 90 RPM as a guide. Should be in upper zone 3 heart rate. Remember, riding at FTP now, and FTP, midway through a session like this, feels a little bit different than just riding steady for an hour. But you should soon settle in. Find that biting point on the pedals, and just hold it. Think about your breathing as well. You shouldn't be gasping. There's that little transition period for about 30 seconds after each interval. Your body will be screaming to stop. It's about teaching your body to adapt to that little changeover. And this is quite a common discipline we see used by team pursuit squads. Hard long turn on the front, drop back in to the slipstream, but it's still hard for moving back into the wind again. Replicate a little bit. Jumping across to a break, then doing a hard turn on the front. Well, like I said before, you don't have to race to benefit from these. It's about improving your physical condition, improving your dynamic range as a rider, making you far more versatile, flexible, able to adapt to whatever the situation out on the road throws at you. Again, a little explanation about FTP. It's the amount of power you can reasonably sustain for 1 hour. So it should be pretty uncomfortable, but sustainable. And we do have videos on GCN of how to calculate your functional threshold power and also your functional heart rate zones as well. Search them up on GCN, it's all there for you. That will deconstruct this. But FTP, yeah, functional threshold power, the power you can sustain for 1 hour, which sits on the perceived scale between 7 and 8. Okay, you know what's coming next? I've waffled too long. It's a 10-second sprint. 2, 1, go! Okay. Keep pedaling. I don't see anybody stopping pedaling. Just drop it back down, all right? Drop it back down. Almost assume you're on a fixed wheel. Let the weight of your legs carry you around. And by all means, I've not seen many of you get out of the saddle yet. Stick on a big gear. Adjust the resistance. Just keep the power down. Here we go. Low cadence. Out of the saddle. Just letting your body weight roll the pedals over. It's immensely relieving. That's it. Thanks, guys. That's it. Just stretch the back out. It really does help. Then set yourself back down. Knock it down. Still got 3 minutes to recover. Mop yourself off. Okay, 2:30. Don't be tempted to press on. Really knock it down. As I said before, so important that you use these recovery bits, the easy riding, as exactly that. You're not proving a point to anybody to press on through, because what it'll do is affect your ability to ride FTP and your ability to do those rather brutal sprints. But the good news is, folks, we are over halfway through the session. So give yourselves a big wahoo! Good stuff. These guys are on side. It's very nice for a change. We've got some beats in the background. Now you can always, when you're watching this on YouTube, well actually no, don't listen to your own beats on top of these beats, otherwise it'd be just a big mashup of beats, really hard to get into a rhythm. So just listen to these tunes. Okay, minute and a half now, and we're well over halfway. But these next 3 are going to be extremely difficult, and make sure you squeeze every single last bit of energy out, last bit of effort. Think about your form on the bike, think about hydrating, think about using these rest periods effectively, and as soon as you know it, it'll be over. You can kick back with a brew and watch GCN for a couple of hours. Okay, minute to go. Keep those legs spinning. Ideally, again, it's all personal choice cadence. There's an optimum cadence, but again, there's a float as well. Some people are far more efficient and comfortable using low cadence, others high cadence. Look at the pros. Look at Nara Quintana compared to Chris Froome, for example. Both the finest riders of a generation out on the roads of the Grand Tours, that pedal with remarkably different but effective pedaling styles. And there is a video about that as well, to learn more about the way you pedal a bike, learn more about the importance of dynamics. It's a really interesting subject. And meanwhile, back to us, mere mortals, 20 seconds to go. You want to be dialing the gear in, using your toggle on your element to set that resistance. You know what's coming up, it's 30 seconds, flat out, perceived effort level of 10, 2, 1, go! Okay, all out. Come on. 5. Okay, knock it down. Back to FTP. This is gonna hurt for about 30 seconds where your body fights it. You just gotta fight back. Find your rhythm. Try and hold your body still. Keep as efficient as you can. Slowly the lactic will subside. Just get to the point where the lactic is kind of tolerable. I like to call that the bite point. And that's what people, the men and women who ride and attempt the fearsome hour record call it, is the bite point. Don't press on any harder because you'll blow. Lift off the pedals, you won't beat the record. That's what FTP is all about. And the more you do this, the more you understand about what you can push yourself, how far, you can push yourself. And in doing it, you'll actually make yourself more efficient. You'll be able to go quicker in tandem with all the drills that you've taught yourself, including shape on the bike. There's no point in being strong if you're like a sail going through the air. So think about body position whilst doing these hard efforts. Keep it going, guys. It's fantastic. One more sprint after this, and 2 more reps till the end. Come on. You all right, Lasty? Charlotte? Good stuff. And the weird thing is about this, you kind of have to enjoy it. You will hate it, but you'll kind of love it as well. Difficult to explain, especially when it's over. When I used to do these kind of interval sessions, when I was racing, I used to get more nervous for the intervals than I did a race. 3 visits to the loo, not uncommon before an interval session. I can't say, it's a family show. Okay, coming up to 30 seconds. Really good work here, guys. Okay, 15. You know what's coming next? A 10-second blast, yeah? Really make it count, guys. Toggle your element, select your gear. 2, 1, go! And 1. Okay, fantastic work, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Keep pedaling, don't stop. Okay, Don't stop in a road race. Keep it going. That's it. Now weirdly, your body will start to get rid of those toxins, but it'll still hurt. So spin those legs nice and easy. Back to number 3. Make sure you lower the resistance on your element as well. So get your breathing back to normal, let the heart rate drop. And use this valuable 4 minutes to have a bit of a stretch. Keep the legs turning, stretch out a bit. This is basically active recovery. So you're still pedaling, still keeping that blood pumping around the body, and making sure you're kind of ready for the next session. You've got 4 in the bag already, 2 to go. I can actually, what's that I can hear? Coffee. Okay, 2.5 minutes. Keep sipping on those drinks. Keep spinning those legs. Remember, a lot of the hard work is already done, so you should be able to push on even that little bit harder for the next 2. Try and give it that extra 1%. It's very natural for these long interval sessions. Well, interval sessions of a pretty long duration to gear back at the start so you're fresh near the end. But now you've got 4 behind you. The finish line is almost in sight. So really make sure that these next 2 sessions count. And then it's feet up time. Well, sort of. So a nice spin. Hydrate. 1 minute and 30. So just over 15 minutes of the entire session to go, guys. So you've done absolutely fantastic. Again, if you want another little stretch, don't be afraid. Also recruits different muscle groups, and when you recruit different muscle groups, the muscle groups you've been recruiting before get a bit of rest. That's why you see riders on the mountains, some more than others, but jumping in and out the saddle, changing the cadence, accelerating on a big gear, sat in the peloton, twigging in a low gear. It's all about efficiently using the different muscle groups. There's no harm putting a bit of torque through the bike at low power. Okay, we're coming up in 40 seconds to the penultimate set of reps. So again, make sure you use your elements to adjust that resistance in tandem with the gears. So this is, in 20 seconds time, it's the penultimate 30-second flat-out effort. So I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. It's pretty warm in here. That's why it's so crucial to keep yourself hydrated. Meanwhile, we have 5 seconds. You know what to do. Get it dialed in. You see, you adjust. 1, and go. 30 seconds. Keep it going. Okay, down to FTP. Adjust your elements. And that'll obviously speak to your kicker at the back. Adjusting that resistance, use your gears as well. But remember, don't ease off. Level 7 or 8. This is wonderful work, guys. Lindsay, you all right? Good stuff. You all right, Si? That is serious effort. Remember, 3 minutes at FTP. Functional threshold power. Another reminder, it's the power you can sustain for an hour. Broken down into 6 nasty little sessions. It's like an FTP sprint sandwich, effectively. So choose the cadence that suits you, between 80 and 100. Sweet spot's kind of 90. Obviously, if you do have an element at home, you can see your power, you can see your heart rate, you can see your cadence, it's all there for you. And many other functions as well. 1 minute 30. Keep it going. Just think of the benefits you're going to reap. Winning that town sign, getting a personal best, riding a marathoner in a personal best time, or getting round for the first time ever and responding on those beautiful climbs in the Dolomites. One minute. Come on guys, keep it nice and smooth. Again, think about your body position. Think about being stable, efficient, and aero. Striking that balance between comfort, the application of power, and aerodynamics. That's just effectively the holy grail of cycling. Okay, 30 seconds. And then we have a 10-second sprint. And then we're into the last session. Okay, keep the pressure on. Select your resistance. 14 seconds. Okay. Gear and resistance dialed. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Well done, guys. One more session to go. You're doing so well. Big pat on the back after this. Knock that gear down. Spin the legs, get rid of those toxins. Get your breathing back to normal. Have a stretch. Have a drink. Mop yourself down with your GCN towel. How's Charlotte's doing there? And I said before, don't be afraid. Because of course, indoors you're not moving the bike around quite as much. You don't get that range of movement that the body's used to. So don't be afraid during these little down periods to have a bit of a stretch. Keep the pedals turning. Stretch the back out. And that'll get you nice and comfortable for the final session of the day. Fantastic work so far, guys. Excited to do a bit of talk with there, out the saddle, stretching his back. Really is. If you've never tried that before, please do. Add a lot of value to your training session and relieve those muscles a little bit and get you even in a better state of readiness for the really hard efforts where you need to be 100% focused and physically dialed. So 2 minutes 39 until the final brutal session as designed by Dan Lloyd and I think his coach. I might be writing a sternly worded email to those two. But all in the bank, as we said, an investment and the sense of well-being you get after this as well. We've not really talked about that. A wonderful sense of well-being, that post-training afterglow you get. You enjoy your food more, you get far better sleep if you've trained hard. Training-induced sleep, look it up. Fantastic sleep quality, which you need. Keep those legs spinning. I've gone for about nearly 100 RPM for myself. It's just nice to spin the legs a little bit. Others you might like to just roll it round. Whatever's the most comfortable, whatever gets you in the best place for the final set of reps of the day. And I know, I've no doubt that all of you have been making the previous 5 count, but let's make this last one extra special. So think about what's lying ahead. 1 minute and 30 now. So make sure those legs are as rested as they can be. One more sip. Wipe that sweat off. Yeah, always carry a towel for these sessions. Otherwise your bike won't particularly like you afterwards. Protect those component parts. And the mat's pretty advisable too. A load of newspaper in the garage is fine. Ventilation, crucial as well. So, as the beat taps on in the background, we have 40 seconds to go to the final session, okay? Lifting it onto the big one. Again, as I said before, make sure for each of these efforts, you've got your gear pre-selected and fully dialed. Select that right gear that you've been used to for the rest of the session. Even gear up one if you want to. If you think you can gear up, really put some torque through, it's up to you. Toggle your element. If you've got one at home, do the same. Or just adjust the resistance on your respective trainers. And we're nearly there. Remember, 30 seconds. The last set of 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make it count! Come on! Good work! Three, 2, 1, down to FTP. Find that sweet spot. Keep pressing. It's not over yet. Find your breathing. I'm struggling to find mine. Crumbs. Just give us a moment. FTP, come on. Lean on it. This should still be hurting. But far more controlled and sustainable. Perceived effort level of 7 or 8. And we're riding now at or around your functional threshold power. Again, a little reminder, that's the amount of power you can sustain for an hour, okay? Should be uncomfortable, but you should be pretty dialed on your bike. Find that position that's comfortable. A great tool by using your element. Look at the power you're putting out. Fine tune your body position. See which is comfortable. You kind of know how early you're going to be. Just play around with comfort and position. And eventually we'll find the sweet spot. 1 minute 30. Keep it going. All right, Charlotte. Juliet. Blasty. Sai. Lindsay. Sweet. Okay, coming up to the final minute. And then, of course, we got the grand finale. I mean, to put everything into it. It's like winning on the Champs-Élysées, winning on Alpe d'Huez, winning the signpost near your favourite cafe, breaking your PB on a climb in a sportif. Think of the benefits of just simply getting better and fitter on your bike. That's what this is all about. Keep it going. I know you're starting to tire, but fight it. 30 seconds. "20 seconds. Okay, start to toggle to the resistance that you need. Select the gear. Remember, 10 seconds flat out. This is it, do or die. Three, 2, 1, last one! Okay. Fantastic. Absolutely. Fantastic, guys. Brilliant riding. You know, the warm down, very much as important as the rest of the package, the rest of the session, so knock it back, just use the weight of your legs to spin the pedals back down to level 3. Have a sip. If the bikes were closer, I'd say high five. That might be a little bit dangerous. But absolutely fantastic effort, guys. Really proud of you. And you'll definitely take those benefits out onto the road. Again, fantastic session that will help improve your FTP, help improve your explosive sprint, your slightly longer sprint as well. So a real comprehensive package. And because of the length of the session, really great for endurance as well. Really concentrated endurance / sprint session. And as it says, race winning intervals right there. So just keep spinning those legs. Again, we're going to do a 3-minute warm down. Warm down for as long as you want, but as a minimum, you need to do 3 minutes really. Let your body settle. Last thing you want to do, especially after that final intense effort, is get off your bike and go and sit up. Your legs will be full of toxins. So make sure you spin your legs. Just tap your resistance down on your element or on your gears. Knock it onto the small ring. Just spin. But great effort. Thanks for riding along. Again, introduce that. I think you'll need that session once a week and you'll really reap the benefits. And thanks very much for watching and taking part. And thanks, guys, for giving it 100%. Woo. Now, if you particularly like that session, we've got some more Wahoo specific sessions. In fact, I did a ride along with members of Team Sky, including Walt Poles and Michał Kwiatkowski over in Mallorca. And to watch that and to ride along with us, click just down here. And for how Team Skies integrate the Wahoo Kicker into their training and preparation, click just down here. And to subscribe to GCN, if you haven't already, for your one-stop shop of all things cycling, click here. I'm going for a lie down.